Hello dear students, welcome back to a YouTube class. So in the previous session we started to study relating to a secondary memory. Relating to a secondary memory we did two videos. In first one we had seen all the basics relating to a secondary memory, the meaning of secondary memory. Then we had seen some of the features relating to a secondary memory. That all the theory we had studied. After that we started to study the different types of the secondary memory devices. So in that we have the magnetic disk, then we have the optical disk, then we have your portable devices. So in magnetic disk actually it has been divided into three. The first one is HDD, we call it as, that is your hard disk, and the second one floppy disk, and the third one zip disk. But in your syllabus only two has been added, that is your one is hard disk and the second one is your floppy disk. So we had studied all the features relating to a hard disk, all the features relating to a floppy disk, how hard disk internally work and how floppy disk internally work, what is the memory, what is the speed, how we measure the speed, everything we had studied relating to a hard disk and floppy disk. After completion of these hard disk and floppy disk, next we started to study relating to your optical disk, that is your magnetic disks are made up of some magnetic materials where the read and write operation work on magnetism. Similarly, when you deal with your optical disk, the read and write operation is done through your optical beams, that is on your light beam. You may use infrared beams, or you may use a red violet rays, or you may use sometimes the light beams. So which technology you are using and what technique we are using, based on that the different beams we can use to do the read and write operations. So in your optical disc we have mainly three, that is CD, then DVD, and then the Blu-ray disc. Here CD we call it as CD-ROM, DVD is also called as DVD-ROM. CD stands for compact disc, DVD stands for digital versatile disc, and the last one is Blu-ray disc. Here your CD, DVD all looks the same way as we had seen the diagram. The difference is only the capacity and the speed. If you compare your floppy disk and CD, the speed and the capacity is more of your CDs than your floppy disk, but it is less than your hard disk. The hard disk capacity and the speed is more than if you compare with any other secondary devices, because the hard disk are fixed into your CPU. Actually, the hard disk are present in your CPU, and when all when all we want to store the data permanently for a longer period of time, and the content what you are storing is in huge capacity, then that all the data is stored in your hard disk. So as it is present in your computer system, it should be its processing speed should be very fast. At least it should relate with your main memory speed, not exactly as your main memory, but at least it should match with the speed of your main memory, because the main memory speed is always the same as your CPU speed. At the time of processing, CPU searches all the data and the instruction in your main memory. Right? So as the main memory speed is faster relating to your CPU, similarly the hard disk speed is little bit similar to your main memory, not exactly at that much of the fast, but little relating to that, because if any content you are storing for a longer period of time, and at the time of processing, if you want the data to be taken from the secondary storage, then that should come to your hard disk. Then so the capacity and the speed of processing is higher if you compare with your other secondary devices. Though, so the speed of your magnetic disk is calculated based on your RPM, where RPM stands for revolution per minute. In a single minute, how many times that disk revolves around itself, that will be the its speed. Next is your CD. CD capacity is more than if your more than your floppy disk, and even the speed of processing is also faster than your floppy disk. In CD, again we have types like CDR and CDRW. CDR means compact disc recordable. CDRW means rewritable. So what happens here is, if you're using CD, you will get two types, actually three types, as I had told you in the previous session: CD-ROM, CDR, CD-RW. CD-ROM means read-only memory. The software CDs or the movie CDs and all, that once the content is entered into that is over. You can just use that CDs to install the softwares or to watch the movies and all. But later, if you want to delete, edit anything you want to do it, that is not possible. That is CD-ROM. Next comes is CDR. CDR, when you purchase the new CD, it will be empty. The CD will be empty. Then, if you want to store the data into that, only one time you can store it. The storing the data in your CDs or DVDs or in your optical disc is called as recording. It's called as recording. And the process we follow to add the data or to record your CD or optical disc is called as burning. That is called as burning. Done. So here in CDR, once the data you entered means is done. Next time you can read it many times, but again if you want to one more time re-enter the data, or if you want to update the content, that is not possible. Only one time write operation is possible in your CDR. Next comes is CDRW, where in CDRW we can enter the data how many times we want, that many times, and we can also use it for read purpose, how many times we want we can use it. That is CDRW. Next comes is your DVD. DVD stands for digital versatile disc, which was earlier called as digital video disc. Why? The reason as I had explained you in the last class. Okay. The capacity of your DVD, if you compare with CD, it is more. In CD, we'll get it up till MBs of the data, where your DVD's capacity is in the format of GB, that is gigabytes. Here you can store the data of any type, like text, video, audio, which one you want. In that all method we use. The technique we use is little bit different, and here DVD also has been divided into different DVD-R, DVD-RW, DVD-ROM, like that. Okay, R means recordable, RW is rewritable, and ROM is read-only memory. As we have the different types of your CDs, same we have different types of your DVDs also. So these all the things we had seen already in your previous sessions. Now next we'll start with the other parts, what all we have in your secondary memory devices. So today we are starting from Blu-ray disc. That is the last type of your optical disc. The two types, CD and DVD, we had already studied. The next third one we have is Blu-ray disc. So Blu-ray disc is also called as BD. That is Blu-ray disc. It is a high capacity storage technology with 25 to 50 GB capacity to store like HD movies and other information you can store in your Blu-ray disc. If you compare the capacity of your optical disc, CD has the less capacity. In few MBs you will get it, like 720 MB the max we can get it, or 800, like that. DVD will get from 4.5 GB to up till you can extend 17 GB of the data, where in your Blu-ray disc you can have up till 25 to 50 GB of the data. Here we can store like HD movies and other information. For what purpose we can use that all content we can add. So maximum capacity of your Blu-ray disc is 25 GB to 50 GB. The name Blu-ray is derived from blue-violet color laser to read the data stored on the disc. So when all you want to perform the read and write operation on these Blu-ray disc, then we use compulsorily blue-violet color lasers. So here, as we use the blue-violet color lasers to perform the read and write operation, for that result these discs are called as Blu-ray disc. These discs are called as Blu-ray disc. Remember, in your CD we use the normal laser beams or ultraviolet rays. In your DVD we use red laser beams. In your Blu-ray disc we use blue-violet color laser beams. Done? So that technology we have to remember. So these are the Blu-ray disc, we'll get it of, these all are of recordable. Fine, these all are of recordable. As these are Blu-ray disc, the color it made up of usually blue in color. So to differentiate between CD, DVD and Blu-ray disc, the color has been changed. Done. So this is all about your optical disc. In optical disc, actually we have three types: CD, DVD and your Blu-ray disc. CD is compact disc, DVD is digital versatile disc, and the last one we have is Blu-ray disc, which is also called as BD. If you compare the capacity, then the capacity of CD is less, we'll get it in MBs. The capacity of DVD is more than the CD. We can store up till 17 GB of the data. Where if you compare the capacity of your Blu-ray disc, that is more than CD and DVD, where we can store the content up till 25 to 50 GB of the data. Right? So this is all about your optical disc. So two types of the secondary devices we had studied. The first one we had studied is magnetic disc, and then we had studied is relating to your optical disc. In magnetic disc we have studied hard disk and the floppy disk. In optical disc we have studied CD, DVD and your Blu-ray disc. So totally 5 secondary storage devices we had studied. The next one we have is portable storage devices. So here portable storage devices means the secondary storage devices whose capacity is more and we can carry them from one place to another place. Actually these CD, DVD all will comes in portable only, but these are called as optical disc. Done. So leaving these magnetic disc and the optical disc, few more secondary memory devices are there which can be carried from one place to another place, and those are called as portable storage devices. Done. So these portable storage devices, in shortcut you can call it as PCD also, sorry, PSD also. In short we can call it as PSD also. These portable storage devices is a small hard drive designed to hold any kind of digital data. So the size of these portable storage device is very less, where we can carry them in your pocket also, and these are designed to hold any kind of digital data. Digital data means the data which is there in your computer. Done. There is soft copy of the data, any type of the data, that may be a text file, that may be a PDF file, music, video files, audio files, any type, the images, any type of the file we can store in that portable storage devices. So this is slightly different from your portable media player, which stores and plays music and movies. So what happens is a little difference in your portable storage devices and portable media player, where in your portable media player we store only the music and movies and we used to play, where in your portable storage devices we can store any type of the data. Not only with your music and movies, we can store the text files also, images also, or PPT file, PDF file, any type of the file you want, you can go on storing into your portable storage devices. Some are the fixed size drives will be there, means the fixed size portable storage devices will get it from 256 GB to 320 GB, 500 GB or up till 1 TB, terabyte, like that we can use. That is your hard drives, means hard disk, HD hard disk we can use up till this capacity. The earlier hard disk images what you had seen in the previous sessions, those hard disks are fixed into your CPU, means when you open your CPU box, no, in that just beside your processor, that hard disk will be fixed. If you feel that that much capacity of the hard disk is not sufficient for you all, or you want to use your own different hard disk like your mobile phone, you can use a USB cable to your portable hard disk and you can connect to your computer system, and what all you want to store the data you can store it. And those portable hard disk capacity can also be the same as the hard disk what you use in your computer system. It may start from 256, 320, 500 GB or 1 terabyte. Up till that you can have your storage devices of your hard disk. It may useful alternative to backing up or purging memory cards if a computer unavailable for downloading. So for what all purpose we can use these portable devices hard disk is, one is you can use it like the alternative of backing up. Means what happens is, suppose you are working in office and later in late night again you want to work in the home, so what you can do is you can take that data backup as a backup in your hard disk and take that hard disk to your home, and there the data you can store in your computer system, and you can work what all you want to work. And the same next day morning you can bring it to your office, and same you can again connect your hard disk to your system, and you can again start working with the that content. That one thing you can do it. Or else if any viruses and all are attacked your computer system and you want to take the backup, and you cannot open that hard disk which is fixed in your CPU, then what you can do is you can use this portable hard disk, connect to your system, and take the backup data, so that if the data which is stored in the computer can be erased or delete, no any issues, you will be having the backup in your portable hard disk. The other one is purging memory cards if a computer unavailable for downloading. Means when you want to download something from the internet, and downloading place the computer is not showing, then that time what you can do is you can connect this portable hard disk or any other portable storage devices to your computer system, and you can download directly to that external devices. That is also possible using these portable storage devices. So these are the some of the portable devices which we have. These are the pen drive. So pen drive is the best example for your portable devices. These are the hard disk. These are the normal hard disk what we had seen. These three will be fixed into your computer system. If you know how to open your CPU, and you can removing, inserting everything, then you can open and you can carry this hard disk also from one place to another. If you don't know how to use it, and you want to carry a hard disk, then you can use these portable hard disks. You can use these portable hard disk also. So rather than using these hard disk, you can use these portable hard disk. Look like the same as your mobile phone a little bit, or you can compare with your battery banker, no, like that also you can compare. That much the heavy and the sun, or the size, shape and all, you can be compare with that. So how to connect it? Like this, the device will be there, USB you have to take it, and you can connect to your computer system as you connect your pen drives and all. These are the memory cards. Your memory cards, you can use it. This is also a memory card. This is card reader or a memory card, or the memory card which you use in your digital camera. That can also be an example. Right? Where CD, DVD and your Blu-ray disc are also portable devices. You can carry them into from one place to another place. So more securely we use these devices as portable, not this CD and DVD, because CD and DVD we have to secure it with more security. Means the cover and all we have to properly keep it. We have to prepare a box to keep that CDs and all. Then only easily we can carry those CD, DVD or Blu-ray disc from one place to another place, because the shining area, if it will come in contact with the oily particles, the water content or the dust particle, then easily the content which is there on your CD can be erased. And if any small scratches will come on your CD, then also the CD will not work. And if you use it harshly, then it may break. The CDs can break easily if you use them harshly and all. Then so for that reason, not most of the time we prefer of using CD, DVD and all. We prefer of using the other portable devices like pen drive, memory cards, or your portable hard disk and all. Then these all are your portable hard disk, the examples you can remember. The next class, now we had studied all your primary memory and secondary memory. So you may get a 3-mark question or a 5-mark question is to explain the difference between primary memory and secondary memory. As we have the difference between your RAM and ROM, similarly we have the difference between your primary memory and the secondary memory. Similarly, we have the difference between your primary memory and the secondary memory. The first difference between your primary memory and the secondary memory is what material we use, or how the technology has been used to create this memory. So your primary memory all are created with semiconductor material. So these memories are called as semiconductor memory. Where your secondary memories are made up of, secondary memory devices are made up of magnetic or optical material. So these are called as magnetic memory or optical memory. Understand why primary memory is called as semiconductor memory, because the primary memory devices like your RAM and ROM all are made up of semiconductor technology. Okay, the material what we use is semiconductor. For that reason these devices are called as semiconductor memory. Similarly in your
In your secondary memory, your magnetic disk is made up of magnetic material, so it is called as magnetic memory. And your optical disk, CD, DVD, ROM, all are made up of your optical light beam technology, so these are called as optical memory. The next one is your primary memory is mostly volatile in nature, and your secondary memory all are non-volatile in nature. So the meaning of volatile and non-volatile is known to everyone. Volatile means when you shut down your computer system, the data which is there in your memory will be erased. That memory is called as volatile, means it is present only for a temporarily time being. And permanent means even though you shut down your computer system, the data which is there in your memory will not be erased. Such data is, or such memory is called as volatile, non-volatile memory, and that is permanent in nature. Now the next point relating to the price. Your primary memory is more expensive and your secondary memory is less expensive. Relating to the speed, primary memory speed is very faster and your secondary memory speed is very slower. Your primary memory is also called as main memory, where your secondary memory is called as auxiliary memory. Some of the different types of your primary memory or the examples of primary memory are RAM and ROM, where your examples of your secondary memory is hard disk, pen drive, CD, DVD, ROM, CD, DVD, and BD, that is Blu-ray disc. That all things you can write like floppy disk and all. Done. The which all you can remember, write at least two. You have to write it. Done. So remember these all the differences between your primary memory and the secondary memory. After completion of your memory, that is primary memory, secondary memory, the last part left out in this chapter is cache memory. We have to study this cache memory in detail because this is there for your second PUC also, and this is the main memory we use for the processing. The cache memory is pronounced as cache. You can call it as cache memory also, or sometimes you can call it as cache memory also. Okay, the user from where he comes, like that he pronounces. From foreign languages, people call it as cache memory, some people call it as cache memory. Right? So it is, this is a special purpose use memory, is placed between your CPU and main memory. So in your computer, between the processor and the main memory, one memory is there. That memory is called as cache memory. Done. It is much faster than your main memory. The speed of your secondary memory is less than your primary memory. Okay, but your speed of the cache memory is even more speed than your main memory. Its access time is much less compared to the that of your main memory. Means anything you stored in your main memory, what time it requires to take that data from main memory, that uh, if you compare that time with your speed or accessing time required to take the data which is there in your cache memory, it is very less. ನೀವು ಏನಾರ ಡೇಟಾ ಮೇನ್ ಮೆಮರಿದೊಳಗೆ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಅದರಿಂದ ತೊಗೊಂಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಹತ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು, ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ಡೇಟಾ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಮೆಮರಿದೊಳಗೆ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೋಗಿ ತೊಗೊಂಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಹತ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡೂ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಮೆಮರಿ ಹೋಗಿ ತೊಗೊಂಬರೋ ಟೈಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Then, so the accessing time is much less if you compare to that of your main memory. The cache memory is an intermediate memory and it is not accessible to the user. So what happens is, what all the data you store, you enter through your input devices for the accessing purpose, that all will be stored in main memory, that we know. But the copy what all is there in your main memory, ಏನೇನು ಡೇಟಾ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಮೇನ್ ಮೆಮರಿದೊಳಗೆ ಅದರದೊಂದು ಕಾಪಿ ಯಾವಾಗೂ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಮೆಮರಿದೊಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Done. So when all the CPU want to perform any processing, and if in middle, if it needs any input or any data, rather than going to main memory for searching, it always first checks in the cache memory, because the nearer memory to CPU is first the cache memory, then it will check into your main memory if it is not present in your cache memory. So the cache memory is accessing time is very less and the speed is very faster if you compare with your main memory. So it stores instructions and data which are to be immediately executed. It is used to reduce the average access time reading the data which normally stored in your main memory. So what all the data is there in your main memory, as it is stored in cache memory, so usually it reduces the average access time of reading the data from your main memory. The cache memory increases the operating speed of the system, but it is much costlier than your main memory. So if you want to increase the speed, means the devices will be costlier. Done. So we know that the secondary storage price is very less than your main memory, because the speed of secondary memory is very less if you compare with your speed of the primary memory, that is main memory. Now we say that the speed of the cache memory is more than your main memory. Okay, but here cache memory is costlier if you compare with your main memory. So as the memory speed increases, like that, you have to pay a lot for that. This is the diagram what we have of your cache memory. Usually your cache memory has been divided into two levels. One is called as L1, another one is called as L2, that is level 1 and level 2. Okay, so level 1 cache memory will be present inside the CPU. This is CPU. In this, the level 1 memory is present, where level 2 cache memory is present on the motherboard. Means in between your primary memory and the CPU, what your cache memory is present, that is your level 2 level 2 cache memory. Done. So this is level 1 cache memory, this is level 2 cache memory. Done. So this is all about your cache memory. Here it ends with your second chapter, that is the input, output and memory devices. So we had seen the functions of input devices, the functions of output devices, the function of memory devices. We had studied the different input devices, we had studied the different output devices, and we had also studied the different memory devices. So in this entire chapter, if you have any doubts, ask me, I clarify all your doubts. And from next session onwards, we'll start with the next chapter. The third chapter, data representation, we had already covered. The next we'll start with the fourth chapter, that is your software concepts. Done. So if you have any doubts, let me know. Thank you.